We may have an interesting one this afternoon. A customer I went out to maybe a little over a month and a half, 2 months ago. They suddenly had some issues with their air conditioning. I dropped by and the system was actually low on refrigerant. However, all the service caps for the service valves were all laying on top of the leaves behind the system, which immediately made me kind of scratch my head because, that would have been pretty recent to not be buried. So went ahead and checked the whole system out, did a leak check, made sure nothing was leaking. Thought, well, I can't find a leak. Maybe it was one of these Schrader cores. Tightened everything up and puts the caps back on. About roughly a month later, they gave me a call and said, hey, it was working great. Saturday night we went to sleep and it was 70 degrees inside. Woke up Sunday morning and it was 78 degrees inside kind of thing, and said, oh, well, that's not right. Went back out, took a look, and lo and behold, the true suction cap was laying on the ground and the liquid line cap was gone. So they only found one of them at that point, and there was a little conspicuous screwdriver laying there beside it too. I thought, somebody's definitely messing with them. Went ahead, did the whole leak check anyway. The only thing I really saw was a little bit of a spray pattern where it looked like some oil had hit the back of the unit. I thought, well, okay, we'll put some locking caps on it this time. Didn't find any leak with my light or my detector, so this has got to be it. So we'll put some locking caps on it, kind of stashed the little key on the inside of the electrical panel, and told them to let me know if anything strange went on. And it's been probably roughly 2 weeks since that happened, and they're giving us a call back. So we'll stop back by and see what's going on. Hopefully it's not something similar, but I just worry because 2 in a row where it looked like somebody was tampering with it. But we'll find out. It seems to be running, and it is displacing a little bit of heat. We also see, can't tell if that's oily or not. We're definitely cooling. We're condensing moisture on that line set. So let's pop these caps off and see what we're actually running pressure-wise. I may have been a little presumptive, but I hid the key on the inside down here, just where I would know where it was inside the covering. But when I came back out, there's only one screw holding this guy in and no key. The other thing I noticed, if we look down here, you can't see it real well till I hit it with my light. We do now see some glowing things, interestingly enough, where I put some dye in it to try to figure out where the refrigerant might be going. So again, now we have a nice little dye spray pattern out here, and upon doing that, I just noticed there's the key. So I think, because I had it tucked in here, I think somebody may be tampering with it more. So we're going to go ahead and do a leak test on this, just in case. We do have dye in it, so I can try to trace it around. But just from, as I say, just from the fact that our key was missing, the screw was out of the door that I know I personally put back, and we have dye in the end of this cap, where the only way it could really get there is if somebody punched this liquid side and it blasted back at it. And we've also got our little spray pattern around here, so that makes me think somebody's tampering with them. But just to be on the safe side, I do want to double check and make sure everything's on the up and up as far as leaking. All the way down, I see a little bit of an oil spot, it looks like right there, but our manifolds hook up right through there where I chapped there, and that is where we're seeing the oil come through from whatever was going on with the service valves there. I do think somebody's been messing with it. It may be another service company just putting their gauges on and off to see what's going on with it before they call me. Don't particularly know. We'll check the indoor unit too, just to make sure. As I say though, it's just really strange if I'm really the only one that's been messing with this, how those caps and screws and little keys go disappearing. Do not see any traces of dye on the coil, at least on this side, or in the drain pan. So I'm not entirely concerned with this. We're just checking it just to be thorough. I'm fairly sure either someone else has been looking at the unit or it's been being tampered with by someone unscrupulous. But we'll get out of here and let them know. I thought that one might be a little entertaining, just because a few months ago I went by. They did have an issue where it was a little low on refrigerant. However, their service caps were laying on the ground all around it and stomped into the mud. I thought, well, that's weird. And I cleaned them all out, made sure the O-rings were good, topped off the unit, put a little dye in it just in case, and kind of attributed it to, hey, it didn't have any gasketed caps on it. About a month later, they called me back and said, hey, it was working great, and then suddenly it stopped working. Got over there and same thing. This time the true suction cap and the liquid cap were just completely gone. I found one of the caps, the other one was MIA, and there was a screwdriver mysteriously laying back there. I thought, you know, that's a little odd. So that particular time I went ahead and did the whole leak check again. Could not find anything with my ultraviolet light or my detector. And again, just attributed it to probably somebody's tampering with them. So I put some locking caps on it, and you know, it's been about 2 weeks, less than that. Called us back again, and we did see dye spattered all over the outside of the unit where the service caps were, and also in the top of the service caps, which realistically there's no real reason that should be there unless somebody either screwdrivered it and got a little blowback, or put their gauges, manifold gauges, hoses on, and it blew back into it. So again, somebody's been tampering with it. The screw was off of the electrical component as well. When I put those locking caps on, I put the little Allen key for those locking caps just back behind the wiring in there, so I would know where it was, or if one of our other technicians came by, they'd be able to spot it and wouldn't have to worry about finding a key to fit it. This particular time, there was only one screw in the electrical box, and the key was gone. We did find it laying in the dirt right in front of us. So again, makes me think somebody's tampering with it.